Do you feel stuck thinking of all the habits you wish you had if you were productive? Then I got you. In this video, we will create a specific plan together so that you can skyrocket your goals. And the best part is, it's only gonna take you 30 days to turn your life around. So we're gonna start with a morning routine. And I know that morning sounds scary, but don't worry, it's gonna be fun. I have a complete guide on creating routines, so if you're interested, you can save this video for later. But for now, I will help you to develop a simple one. In short, when you're creating a routine, it has to be adjustable for when something happens and you need to, change your routine. It has to be fun and easy to start with, and it has to target your goal. So first of all, you need to have goals in mind. That's what we're gonna start with. I explained this more complexly in the routine video, but here's my routine so that you can get a picture of what it looks like or what it should look like in order to get things done. I broke down my goals in simple small chunks and made it easy to work on daily. Luckily, I enjoy working on most of the tasks, so I mixed it up with something that is really hard for me to work on. For example, I really enjoy editing and creating videos or scripting, and I mixed it up with learning for different subjects that I hate. That way I don't get tired and I still keep my motivation up while completing the routine. By the way, and this is really important, start small. Don't make harsh decisions to create hours-long routines right from the start. You should add tasks day by day, gradually, so that you don't get demotivated. So let's say you want to start exercising. When I say start small, I mean try working out for every single day for a week for 10 minutes only. That's enough, and gradually add 10 minutes after each week. Not only you will keep yourself motivated to do more, because 10 minutes is a short amount of time and you always feel like you want to do more. I mean, maybe not the first couple of days, but later, yes you will. But you will also gain the strength to do more, because it might sound crazy, but if you've never done any workouts before, 10 minutes, trust me, it's enough. I've been there. If you started working out for 30 minutes a day without being used to it, you'd get tired pretty easily and you would demotivate yourself to work out the next day, and maybe you'd be so sore that you wouldn't even be able to work out the next day. This, by the way, doesn't apply only to working out, but basically to anything. So now that we have a sustainable routine, we need to work on our mindset. When I started a gratitude journal, I realized how much I hated myself and how much I hated on my environment and how I just perceived things negatively. So I recommend you start it as well. You really start noticing the negative patterns you have in your mind. We have about 80,000 thoughts a day, and about, I believe, like 60,000 of them is the same repetitive thoughts. And if you want to make a huge change in your life, you need to reprogram that. You need to rewire your brain. Think positive about yourself, about whatever you do. I find it very useful to meditate before bed, and also being grateful for what you already have. It really gives you a sense of accomplishment, because we often wish for something, but the second we get it, we just forget about it, which is pretty common in today's social media world, where there's ads bumping in your face and companies recommending products to you so that once you buy something, you feel like you need to buy more, and therefore you stop being grateful for what you already have. It's really sad that that's how marketing works. So really be grateful for things you once wished for, or even list things you didn't know you could be grateful about, like the most bizarre things. Like, I think I mentioned this in the last video, but like being able to breathe, or having legs to walk with, or whatever it is, being able to see, hear things. Another unpopular way of working on your mindset could be random acts of kindness. For example, you see an old lady carrying a heavy bag, just help her. Smile at strangers and give them random compliments, give them random things. Because it goes a long way, not only for the stranger, but for yourself too, because by giving compliments, you see the good. You seek the good in the world and in people, and that also helps you to see world more positively, because you focus on what's good and not the negative things. For example, I used to have these judging thoughts, and sometimes I still do when I have bad days. For example, when I'm in the public transport, I just think to myself, what is this person wearing? And then I'm like, this is not a thought I want to have. So I turn it in a positive one. One last thing in the mindset category is to embrace the imperfection. Please, please, please don't expect yourself to be 100% perfect when you're on this 30-day journey. There will always be days when you'll feel like doing nothing, and that is completely okay. Try to push yourself, but don't punish yourself for doing less than other days, because you're still trying, you're still making improvements, even though you cannot see it yet. If you looked back, for example, when you're on the 7th day of this journey and you look back a week ago, you did nothing. And even though you're doing this little of your routine, you're still improving. And that is so important. You're trying hard and you're constantly moving. The most common problem with self-improvement is generally that when we don't meet our expectation, for example, when we say to ourselves, oh, I will study for 3 hours today, but you only made it to 30 minutes, that is still so good because you pushed yourself to sit down and study for those 30 minutes, and that already creates a habit. But it often demotivates us, and that is why I'm saying you should aim for lower goals in the beginning and gradually, making bigger time chunks to work on your goals. So instead of punishing yourself for only working for 30 minutes that day, you should, be grateful and buy yourself a treat for even trying. That is so important, and that way you don't get demotivated. For example, when I plan a productive day and I feel like trash and I do nothing, I wouldn't punish myself for it. And in the past, I would, and that is the reason why I stopped working out. Like, I've been working out consistently for the past 2 years, and that is the reason why I stopped working out consistently for so many times, because I was like, I cannot lift enough today, and that's like trash. My improvement is not as good as I would like it to be. By thinking in these negative patterns, you just push yourself down. So I recommend you do nothing of that. Just continue the next day and really be grateful that you even were able to wake up and work on it. So the next thing is adjusting your workspace, and this goes a long way for me personally, because when I have something around me like books or some random, colorful things on my desk, I get so distracted that I do nothing. So really look around and declutter your environment and make sure that your space is productive friendly. When was the last time you checked your phone? Do you even know how much screen time you have per day? At least during these 30 days, try to uninstall all social media apps, and if you have the urge to check them, only do so on your laptop. Because, first of all, notifications, and even if you mute them, you're used to click on these apps without thinking about it, and that makes you so distracted. And it's crazy, it's scary to me that I want to be productive, but something that is out of my control is keeping me away from my productivity, from my own progress. So you need to get this thing in your hands. Don't let the addiction of clicking on something keep you away from your goals. I don't think many people realize this. I guarantee that if you uninstall the apps, your productivity will skyrocket, like 10, maybe 100 times better than before. Let me know in the comment section what habits you're beginning to work on and how you expect your life to look like after those 30 days. And keep in mind, and that is really important, that it's not just about the 30 days, okay? This is a pattern that you're changing, your life that you're changing, something new that you're trying. So be kind to yourself and really see it as something that will change your life for good, because you're changing the patterns, you're making new habits. It's the start of something big, exciting and new, and I know you got this. Have a beautiful day, and bye!